Hello everybody. uh, Back up here in the saddle again. Got do some practicing this evening, and I got a actual deer target out here in the yard. It's at about 25 yards. I'm gonna give it a shot at, and not shooting at dots anymore till till the season's over. Just shooting at silhouettes and this deer target. And that deer target is probably every bit of 10 years old, as I've had it in storage for that long, trying to make it last, and apparently I have really made it last by keeping it in storage and never shooting at it. So give it a shot. I got eight arrows to shoot, so we'll see. I purposely put it at 25 yards because I'd have to split the difference between 20-yard pin and 30-yard pin, and that is always been a little difficult for me for some reason. So wanted to get the most bang for my buck as I was up here. Shot number one. Look there. Gut shot. Perfect. Perfect far as up and down, but not good at all. I would have been probably lost that deer. That's a sad thing. Still getting used to this little thumb button release, and really debating on whether I want to use it, and it being this close to the season. I definitely don't want to make a shot like that on a deer. I don't know why I'm consistently getting more to the right. That one's good. It would have been long, but not heart. I hope you all can see. Hope as I got this GoPro set right, you gotta, to get over the bow kind of shooting with it, you gotta put it about, I had to put it about 11 o'clock on my head. If you're looking straight down on your head, I set it at about 11 o'clock, and it typically gets it looking right over the bow. That one's right beside the other arrow. Still need to be a little lower. I'm really liking this thumb button because how you can shoot it with back tension, or you know, if deer's really close and you gotta shoot quick, you can still punch the thumb button if need be. You know, if it's close where that really doesn't matter. I want to attempt like a heart shot this time. Shooting just a little bit high, consistently about an inch high. That would have been heart though. Now that that would have been, that's like an ideal shot right there that I would want to make on a deer. Though if it reacted any to that arrow coming at it, it would I would have probably busted shoulder blade on that one. Let's see, a little bit lower. And see, not good. Keep hitting, that one hit high and to the right. And see, that's really messing with my brain right now, because I'm wanting to, that deer you can see is a little bit, it's kind of at an angle. I made it going uphill so it would kind of be, you know, quartering away a little bit, but it's also pointing up the hill, and my brain is really wanting to line my sight, you know, like a crosshairs on its back. Like I'm wanting to really tilt my bow and line it to the to its back, when really that is not dead level, and I can tell that by my level. But when I make it dead level, it really looks like my bow is leaning way over to the left, when it's actually not, and that's what's causing me to shoot. Well, that should make me shoot more to the right, left, if my bow was canted to the right, I would think. But it's probably more likely me pulling, so I'm not using back tension in this kind of awkward position. I'm going to attempt to. That is exactly where I was aiming at, but as you can tell, I just nailed that plastic leg going up in the deer target. Especially me shooting at a downward angle, I could hear I just popped it, so it's probably gonna be fun getting that arrow out. Let's see. Attempt to shoot directly over that leg. $10 o'clock at that last arrow I shot, pretty much. And I shot high. I'll tell you, I have a hard time shooting, aiming low on deer to anticipate that they're going to drop, because I just don't, I'll say that, knock on wood, I have just really not had a problem with deer dropping in the past, unless they was at a long distance, say 40 yards, and I purposely, they was in, you know, walking, and I stopped them with a bleat, and then I've had them completely duck the arrow doing that. But them not knowing I'm around and shooting at them, I normally have hit where I aim, and I think that helps having, you know, quieter veins. And I actually done a test on several veins that I had a while back by putting a voice recorder midway between my target and me at 40 yards, and I made it to where the arrow would pass, you know, roughly about 2 inches over the voice recorder, maybe a little farther than that. I don't think I trusted myself that much, but so far, out of all the veins I tried, these tack veins were the quietest. And I'm using a 4 fletch. I don't know what length. They're about I don't think they're 2 inches. They might be, they're close. They might be 1.75, but 4 of them. Tack vein, I think a shield cut. that was the quietest veins according to that voice recorder. The only downfall with the tack vein that I have seen, because it's a very stiff vein as opposed to like AAE was what I was using before. I use a AAE stealth vein, which was very limber. And the only problem I've seen so far, specifically now that I have a 4-fletch, that with the other AAE veins, when I would shoot a deer, the broadhead would make a good entry hole, and then the arrow typically, unless it was hitting bone, would zip completely through the deer and stick in the ground on the other side. And I could get that arrow and clean it up, place the broadhead, and reuse it. Problem with these tack veins being so stiff, and it being a, you know, I use a 2-blade expandable, I forgot what I'm using, the NAP Kill Zone. I've used them for a few years, really like them. So they're essentially, you're trying to fit a plus sign through a minus sign. You know, they make a slit, it's a big slit, but then so I have a lot of times the fletchings will hang, and them being so stiff will hang inside the deer. And as you know, a deer running through the woods with an arrow sticking halfway out of it and piling up on the ground, most of the time the arrow is demolished, it's done for. So, you know, after switching to these veins, I have lost a lot of arrows. It's rare that I salvage an arrow that I've shot with a deer. Most of the time they snap them in half, because even though it goes through the hide on the entry side, it a lot of times doesn't make it through the hide on the exit side, and it'll still be, you know, and then they'll fall on it. You know, it's so I lost a lot of arrows, and anybody knows these suckers are ultra expensive. Here we go, last shot. Good shot. Perfect shot. That'd have been a heart shot. But in the plastic leg. So let's see what I've done down there. Alright. See what kind of damage I've done. Take this off my head. See this thing, I'm like 10 yards from it. Looks like I'm 20. See, well, say this was my first shot. I was not proud of that. That was basically all nerves doing that. These were the ones I was attempting to shoot lower, and I could hear I hit that plastic leg inside there. Those would have been, that specifically this one would have been in the heart, coming down downward angle had it not moved. Of course, these, now that I look at it, these here would have been top of heart. Which I've seen makes a better blood trail anyway, but not too bad for my first shots at a deer target, I guess, from a saddle. I wished I had been doing this. That's my only regret. I wished I'd been doing this for at least a month before the season. It's a lesson learned, but that doesn't mean that I can't continue to still 2 weeks, and just keep practicing out of it during the season. So I'm going to attempt to do this every evening until season gets here. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.